Did that main event play out like you thought it would do?
I honestly didn't know how it was going to play out. I thought about it a million times. I said George is either gonna use his great wrestling defense to stand up and not go to the ground, or George might say, whatever, I don't respect this ground game like everybody says, and take him down. This is what I'm good at too, and I'm going to take the top. I didn't know what was going to happen. Jake Shields has unorthodox takedowns. I didn't know if he'd be able to take George down, but I mean, there's no doubt. No matter what the score was, George dominated the fight. I mean, never at any point did I think, oh shit, George's in trouble, other than his eye was bothering him.
He's getting a lot of criticism so far for it. Do you think that it's actually, solid, the fact that he was hurting the way he was and still able to fight? Because a lot of people are giving him grief right now, saying here's another fight he couldn't finish.
Listen, when you fight the best in the world, it is what it is. And George St. Pierre has a style, man. He's got a style that wins him fights. He's the only way he's been defeated now is his unbeaten streak for rounds is over, because he did lose a few rounds. So, but the better the competition, the more guys you're going to fight, the more it's going to happen.
When you hear on TV
what was weird, the one criticism I will give George is he was throwing this weird overhand right the whole fight that looked like he was trying to knock him out. He usually throws that Superman punch, which is nice and straight in perfect form. He kept throwing this crazy, almost like he was throwing a baseball right hand. It was very, very weird. I've never seen him do that before. There's my only criticism.
When you hear that, you're watching on TV and you hear George say you can't see out his left eye, shouldn't you tell the doctor?
Huh?
Shouldn't you tell the doctor? I mean, you're not supposed to fight about that.
Well, that's his corner's in there. You know what I mean? If you can't see, you need to tell the doctor. And is it I can't see out of my eye, or is it I feel like I've got something in my eye? Who knows what the situation is?
Do you think you should have?
Do I think I should have?
No, do you think he should have?
Oh, I don't know. You'd have to ask George that. You'll have to call him on Monday.
Even though Mark Hominick lost the fight tonight against Jose Aldo, being this was his return at his natural weight, did he really show you guys something as to he's at his natural weight, he's ready to really be a real competitor here?
What did you say?
Mark Hominick, in light of his performance tonight?
No, he looked awesome, man. Incredible. The kid's got nothing but heart. He's a talented guy. He's awesome.
Dana.
Rematch with who? And Hominick? I don't know. We'll see what happens. If he won a bunch of fights in a row again, it probably would be an interesting rematch.
You said you're going to fly out to Stockton to meet with me.
Yeah.
Now that this fight happened, is that the way to keep him out of boxing, to offer him GSP?
No.
What do you think of him wanting to box?
I think it's crazy. It's funny because all the boxers want to do this. Unless your name's Pacquiao or Mayweather.
Maybe you need to step into a hybrid business?
Let me tell you what, man. I do respect Nick Diaz's boxing. He's got good boxing for MMA. But boxing and MMA are two totally different sports, man. Two totally different sports.
Are you surprised at Shields' game plan?
I think he tried to take GSP down a couple times. GSP had great movement. GSP looked like the more athletic guy in there tonight. He had a hard time getting to him.
Dana, were you surprised with how Hominick was able to defend well against Aldo on the ground and keep himself from getting submitted?
No, he did a great job. And what I was surprised about was he had that massive hematoma on his forehead. The doctor went in, checked his eyes, and everything looked good. And I was like, it just looked like I thought he was going to be tired and everything. Then he gets that top position and then literally dominates the entire last round.
What goes through your head when there's an injury like that? You don't want to ever see a fight stop when it's not a real stoppage of a fight.
Yeah.
Were you happy to see it continue?
To be honest with you, if he would have stopped that at the end of the fourth round with the hematoma, it wouldn't have hurt my feelings one bit. You know what I mean? That's what you call a cosmetic injury, where people are sitting home going, holy shit, this is crazy.
I had text messages coming in from people that were saying the same thing.
You got a guy, he's sitting there like this. It never looks good. They aren't dangerous. It's just blood filling up in there, and that's a doctor's call. The doctor
Mark was happy because he got to show that fifth round, though, right?
You check his. What's crazy is when you look at it on TV, you're like, oh my God, this is crazy letting us fight. But what was more dangerous were the cuts that were underneath his eyes and the swelling here under his eye, because it blocks your vision. But I really, for a commission that doesn't handle a lot of big fights, that doctor went in there and did a damn good job, man. The doctor went in there, checked, asked him, talked to him, made sure he was okay, checked his peripheral vision and everything. That was a damn good doctor. I was really impressed. Dude, let me tell you, we've been to states that have tons of fights. where you go, oh my God, what the hell is going on here? Did he just really stop this fight? Or oh my God, this fight should be stopped? I don't even know who the doctor was. I never met him. He did a damn good job tonight. Really good.
What about Aldo's performance? Some people are saying he looked fatigued very early in the fight. Others are saying he looked like he was okay.
Here's the weird thing about Aldo to me, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong. He came out and looked like this was going to be a quick night. Nasty leg kicks. Had he kept throwing those leg kicks, the fight might have been over in the second round. Then he just stopped. He slowed down. His pace, it was very weird. I thought he got hurt. I thought he hurt his leg or something happened, or he was tired and gassed. I didn't know. It was very weird.
Do you think it might have been cage rust at all? I mean, he's been out for a little while. You think that the time off and he built a lot of muscle and the weight cut may have affected him?
Maybe. Who knows? I don't know what it was. It just looked weird to me. It looked like I was like, oh my God, this is going to be a quick one. And then he just shut down.